Hello, and welcome to the Dialogue on Dialogue podcast. In 1956, Earl Nightingale recorded The Strangest Secret, launching a new era in self-improvement. Over his lifetime, he created thousands of radio and audio programs exploring success, purpose, and meaning. This project is my personal reflection on those ideas, what they meant then, and how they apply now, as I work to put them into practice, and invite you to come along for the ride. Episode 26, The Midas Touch. As Earl Nightingale reminds us, people don't need to be educated nearly as much as they need to be reminded. This series is about remembering the truths we probably already know and learning how to live them. This episode begins, and ends with anecdotes that I'll admit didn't really help me. It opens with the legend of King Midas, the ruler who was granted the power to turn everything he touched into gold. Traditionally, this story is told as a cautionary tale about greed, unintended consequences, and the danger of wanting the wrong things. Here, the narrator uses the story a bit differently, as a way to introduce the idea that we need to be thoughtful about which opportunities we pursue. Not everything that glitters is worth turning to gold. But framing didn't fully land for me, but what did land was what came next. Earl introduces a genuinely useful exercises. We're often asked to evaluate our current conditions in areas like employment or relationships or finance. But he suggests adding another category to the lists of things that we evaluate: creative thinking. How well am I doing at generating new ideas daily? Am I intentionally thinking creatively or just reacting to what's in front of me? And even if I do have ideas, am I recording them, tracking them, or evaluating them in a systematic way? That question really kind of stuck with me, because the only way to improve something is to measure it. That which gets measured gets managed. If you want to become more creative, I can't just hope for inspiration to strike. I need a system. I need to carry a notebook, set reminders on my phone, commit to jotting down at least one idea a day, no matter how small, that's connected to my goals. Creativity isn't magic, it's practice. Combining ideas creates opportunity. To illustrate this, Earl tells the story of the founder of FedEx, Fred Smith. Smith didn't invent package delivery. He didn't invent airmail. What he did was combine these ideas and created overnight package delivery and permanently changed how goods moved around the world. That's a powerful reminder. Innovation often isn't about the brand new idea. It's about combining ideas that already exist. From there, Earl moves into a familiar concern, one that feels just as current today as it did when he recorded the episode. The fear that technology and automation will put vast numbers of people out of work. He even goes on to describe something that sounds a lot like what we would call universal basic income, proof that these debates are far from new. Earl's position here is consistent. Technology does not reduce opportunity. It multiplies it. Yes, people will be displaced. Yes, industries will rise and fall. But new tools create new problems to solve, new services to offer, and new ideas to develop. Opportunity snowballs if people continue to learn. Which is why Earl emphasizes education again and again. Not just formal education, but ongoing learning. Growth is required to keep pace with opportunity. Earl ends this episode with an exercise that may not fully apply today, at least not in the way he had intended it. He suggests estimating business opportunities in your area by comparing the population of your community 20 years ago and then projecting it out another 20 years. And that was his formula. In many parts of the US today, populations are flat or declining, so specific examples may not hold true here. But the principle still does. If physical communities aren't growing, digital communities and online markets might be. Opportunity hasn't vanished. It's just shifted. Once again, the challenge is creative thinking, expanding where and how we look for growth. So episode 26 leaves me with these reminders. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Creativity improves when it's measured and practiced. Innovation often comes from combining what already exists. And while industries change, opportunity does not disappear. It just relocates. The Midas Touch isn't about turning everything to gold. It's about choosing wisely what we reach for. Until next time, remember, the answers are older than we are and just as relevant today.